Glorious day to you, my friends. Hakatita huto urahana asi atkarata. Welcome to day number 109 of being, this blissful existence, illuminating and nurturing grace. Iskonohutora hasa atatkarata hetoroto. Wherefore, 144 days, we're going to be spending time with our inner being, as our inner being, maybe. And we're going to do it the easy way. We're going to simply breathe, and we're going to chant. We're going to use our intention with these two, because we're going to intentionally breathe and intentionally chant. We'll get there, yeah. What the imagery they gave me at the beginning is we're spiraling up the Great Pyramid of the self to the edge of the matrix, poking our head through the hub of the dharma chakra, using the Eye of Providence, and gaining a divine perspective on this reality. Since we're spiraling, we're using a golden spiral, and it's based on the Fibonacci sequence. So yesterday was day number 108, and if you want an explanation of what is 108, what its meaning is, go check out yesterday's video. Why are we continuing is the question here. If 108 are the number of steps that we take to get back to our true self, or the 108 different reflections in the mirror of the moon that we look at ourselves, the 108 different viewpoints that we could have of ourselves, and when we see them and integrate them, and then the 108 aspects of ourselves, our intentional selves, that when we embody those 108 intentional aspects of our creative self, these are these 108 steps to here. Well, guess what? There's still 108 earths in the sun. There's 108 ways to bring both of them together. There's 108 ways or viewpoints of how to bring it into this reality and incorporate it into our lives. Maybe we go longer on the next series, 3 times 108. Anyway, we're here. We made it to our heart center. We've taken our 108 steps. Let's put it that way. Now we're simply spending time as our true self, understanding our true self, sitting, being, shining. This is where the magic happens, which is why we're continuing. We're continuing for another 36 days. For several reasons. We're continuing for 36 days because 12 times 12 is 144, and 9 times 12 is 108. There's 36 missing. And 108 is not a Fibonacci number, but 144 is. Anyway, we're going to spend 36 days as our inner being, engaging in understanding of true self, not on the journey anymore. Stay tuned over the next 36 days to see what they're talking about. Since we're spiraling, we're using a golden spiral in the Fibonacci sequence during the first 55-day segment. we're still in the 21-day segment of Svadhisthana. So we've taken our 108 steps. If we were linear, like in the Shine series, we'd be at the top of our pyramid. We've made it to our true self. We made it to alignment, but we're still at the top of the pyramid. We've got other chakras according to Fibonacci sequence. During the first 55-day segment, we were subtly dealing with Vasundhara, the Earth Star chakra, our root system, and Annamaya Kosha, the food, the nourishment. And the invitation from the universe from that 55-day segment is to release our attachments to the physicality, to take the roots that are ready to go, to be placed into our heart center for the true nourishment of our soul. And then in the next 34-day segment, another Fibonacci number, we subtly dealt with Muladhara, our foundation. And we started utilizing the Pranamaya Kosha, our subtle body, prana, our subtle body's usage of prana, the life force energy, and our physical body utilizes this prana with our breath, which is also called prana, or we breathe in the prana, iskahatara ara. And the invitation from the universe was with intention and intentional breath. The breath brings in the ease. The breath brings in the prana, which makes it easier to do these physical things. And the invitation was to place more of our foundation in our heart than in this physicality. More of the pieces of our foundation in our heart, in our Brahma-vihara, so that when we love, when we think with our heart mind, it's a stable place. It's a stable place to love from and receive love to. Utura arshkati itura, hasana ituru. And if we're thinking with our heart mind and we're feeling with our heart mind, na atura urahana akutara, it's got a firm foundation. And in this 21-day segment, another Fibonacci number, we're subtly dealing with the next chakra up, Svadhisthana, where the self is established, and the sacral chakra, the water chakra. Interestingly, we finished our 108 into our true self during Svadhisthana, where the self is established. In Svadhisthana, we can establish ourselves as this human body made of flesh and blood that has a lifetime. And when it's done, this me and how I interact with everything on the outside world, everything that's separate from me, and I think of me as me, this Will Mitchell, who grew up, who lived, who struggled, who thrived, who did all these things, and my sense of self. But we finished our 108 steps during this sense of self. And yesterday, they led us through, that was not me, they led us through the respecting every sense, allowing it to release, allowing it to rest and settle into its own true nature, while we settled into our own true nature. Right here, atura arakana, as we settled into our own true nature. This holy fire that always respects free will, with that mindset, that is Pratyahara. It's not only are we settling into our true self, but we're allowing and respecting everybody else to settle into their own true self. At their own time, they're doing their own thing. So we get to spend 2 days establishing ourselves as our true self, with the invitation still that we establish more of our sense of self as our true self. We finished 108 here. Let's just be with it. I was going to say run with it, but they chimed in. In 2 days, we're going to start Manipura. We're already residing in here. So Manipura's about intention, will, pleasure, our power, our light, our shine. And as we're here, maybe Manipura, the true Manipura that we created up in our lotus of awareness of this experience, maybe it can share some wisdom with us. At the beginning of the series and over in the Shine series, they had me separate sankalpa and intention. And they had me say intention, our egoic intention or our conscious intention, is what comes from Manipura, is how we program Manipura based on its vibration, based on our thoughts and based on its vibration. But sankalpa is the intention of our inner being. And when we work with those together, 2 days. So let's talk about the Mala of Joy for a second. It's 108 seeds. The Mala of Joy, we break up the 108 seeds into 9 groups of 12, where these 9 groups of each of the 9 groups represents one of the chakras in our Merkaba. Well, yesterday they represent other things as well. The planets, 7 planets. Oh yeah, that's what they were talking about yesterday. They want to talk about today. So let's talk about the 9 planets. Well, we've got Mercury, and Mercury is about communication. Venus is about love. So we can say here, or we can do Svadhisthana, it's water. Mars, intention, Manipura. So we got 3, Atura Arshkana Hasu, earth. Well, that's Muladhara, Atakanehisu Uttarati. So we've got our lower 3 chakras. We could have Venus here, or we could have Venus here, but we got to find some water elsewhere. So let's leave this blank for a moment, and let's keep Venus down here in Svadhisthana. So we got 3, and Mercury, yes, so we've got Jupiter and Saturn left. Well, Saturn's about time. That's about focus. And Jupiter's about expansion. It's Jupiter. It's us being the righteous ruler of our reality. So now we got Jupiter, we've got Saturn, we've got Mercury, we've got us. Are we getting out that far? The sun and the moon, Mercury, Venus, Mars, Askuhatar, Atana, Isa, Earth, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7, 8, 9. We only got one more, Jupiter. So they didn't know about Saturn at that point. So the sun and the moon, Iskuhutar, Atar, Iskanahasa, Atiti. Maybe this is the sun and this is the moon. Atukursh Atata, where we have Jupiter, Askanahaturo. And Rahu and Ketu, the head and the tail of our dragon, our Kundalini, Atiyaruchu, where we're going and where we've been. Atisa Anatukoratata, our destiny, Ashkanahasu Ukutata is one way of thinking of it is, and what we're releasing. Aturi Ashkanahata, what we're working on releasing. Ashahayisu Uta Hatkarata Hatiti. Vasundhara, our Earth Star chakra. We go over the chakras, each of the 9 chakras, and then we break up each of these chakras, these 9 groups, into each of the 12 seeds in the 9 groups. Into 4 groups of 3, which is modeled after Sama Vritti Pranayama, where we're doing 3 of our in-breath. And I think maybe I got to start doing it over here. I'm doing it here because it's on my sun side, but this goes Om, Ah, Hum. It reads better for you. Atura Arskana Hasugatata. So we breathe in, and for a count of 3, Askunahutu, the 3 aspects of divinity. Haskuna Atati Ariartata. As you notice, this changed the over there. Yes, when we're chanting, we're going through a different cycle when we're doing this breathing thing. If you've opened your eyes during the meditation. So you breathe in for a count of 3. We hold our breath. We're shining the jewel for a count of 3. We breathe out. We're shining our light. And the Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum, Atura Arshkana Hasatita. We're holding our breath with no air in our lungs. It serves many purposes down here. When we have out-of-body experiences or spirit, we're not breathing. This physical vessel is going to breathe, but when we're out of body, we don't need breath. We are spirit. We are not corporal. And that aspect of our spiritual self it knows how to breathe the prana without this physical vessel breathing. This is also spending time in the emptiness. So we can do the whole thing all over again. And we could end the series yesterday at 108, and we're done. We've reached the Guru bead, and then we will pick up our Mala of joy another day, and we will start chanting from 1 again. And we can do that. And we continue the cycle. We're here. We're in our lotus of awareness. We're in our Brahma-vihara, whether we see it as we're in our lotus of awareness at the top of our pyramid, or we've made our inner spiral to our true self here. How do I get this? This is realization of the self. Now it's time for us to reinforce it for 36 days. Just because we got here, just because we chanted 108 times, yes, it helped us. And when we do it for 108 days, each time, we're repeating it. Which is gently tuning our vibration, which is reprogramming our mind, which is reinforcing our belief system. But the magic happens once we're in this deep meditative state of no mind. Because when we're there in our lotus of awareness, we can. Once we realize our unlimited nature, and we realize that everybody else out there is me, I can stop fighting me. And I can stop blaming all the other me's out there who are helping me experience contrast. And I can see them as another me. And I can interact with them magically like another me. And I will talk to them like I want to talk to myself. And then, once I realize that, I know how to talk to myself. We all know how to talk to ourselves. And if we don't, that's what mirror work is for. So we can look in the mirror, look at ourselves, actually look at ourselves. Tell us what we want to hear, tell us what we need to hear, or maybe do it the law of attraction way, which is simply tell us positive things in the mirror while looking into our own eyes. This is what we're doing. Sooner or later, we're going to start to believe it, and all those beliefs that we held on to will just get dropped away at the wayside. Because there's only so much room here. And those beliefs will go away. All those fears will go away. This sense of unworthy self will go away. The sense of the shameful self will go away. The sense of the grieving self will go away. And there's no more need for lies or masks. There's no more need for illusions because we see ourselves and we've accepted ourselves for this benevolent being. This is what 109 through 144 are about. We're here. Let's just be us. This magical self inside. Adhura aranahasa eha. Artha arsha arahuku uta. Nisa ahati takarahasanahetada. So I invite you to relax. Whether you lie down, whether you sit, or whether you sit in seated meditation, it does not matter. There is no right and there is no wrong. There is only comfort and ease. Let us now focus our awareness on our breath. As we slowly begin to lengthen and deepen our breath, as we listen to the sound of our breath, as we feel how it feels to breathe in, and we feel how it feels to breathe out. Now let us focus our awareness on our heart center as we continue to intentionally breathe. And as we synchronize our breath with sama, vritti, pranayama, and we synchronize our physical breath with our inner breath, breathing in, holding, exciting, nurturing, simply shining out our light, and sitting as our true self. Breathing in the prana, sitting with the prana, shining out our light, and sitting in the emptiness, sitting as our true self. Breathing in the prana, sitting with the prana, shining out our light, sitting as our true self. Breathing in the chant, Om Ahum, the japa. Our inner being knows how to chant Om Ahum. So we synchronize our chant with our inner being's chant. Breathing in the Om. Sitting in the Ah of our heart. Shining out our light, the Hum. And simply sitting as our true self. Breathing in the Om. Sitting with the Ah, that is our heart. Shining out our light, the Hum. And sitting as our true self. And switching to the chant, Om So Hum, which is another bridge chant or a japa chant. Because our inner being understands and knows how to chant and is always chanting Om So Hum, which is also Ham Sa. Om Ham Sa. Breathing in the Om with the Sa, sitting in our heart, and simply shining out our light, the Hum. And sitting in as our true self. Breathing in the Om with the Sa. Sitting in the Ah, our heart. Shining out our light, the Hum. Sitting as our true self. Continuing to allow our inner being to chant Om So Hum. A gentle reminder that So Hum is Sa Aham, it's a contraction. And Hum Sa is simply another way of looking at it. So let us switch to Om Hum Sa. Breathing in the Om. Sitting in the Ah of the heart. Shining out our light, the Hum. And sitting as our true self, the Sa. Breathing in the Om. Sitting in the Ah, our heart. Shining out our light, the Ha. Hum. Sitting as a true self, the Sa. So let us do this in 3 steps. Let us go back to the original, starting the divine flow. For in our heart center is our holy fire, our agent of change. It is yet another name for our true self. And every breath that we take with intention fans the flames of our holy fire and brightens our already bright light. It is the same process we just talked about. Shayaka Anahasa E Toro Tota. Let us take our holy fire, Nati Iro Tokoro, and start the divine flow, Uturu Ushana Utoro. Even though we are already dwelling in our lotus of awareness, we are already sitting as our true self in our Pratyahara, in the emptiness. Let us take this holy fire and go up through the chakras, to go up into the infinity of who we are. Simply that. And bring back this infinite, unbounded sense, this unbounded self, back to the heart center, reinforcing our true self. And then sending this holy fire down to the lower chakras, down, 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 through all the chakras, down into Gaia, and bringing back her grounded love, as she is a part of us, as everything is in our lotus of awareness, and as our inner being, our true self, that is us at this point, continues this divine flow, which is simply the realization of our infinite nature and our ability to form anything. Our infinite nature is this physicality, has domain over this physicality. It is the Om back to the Ah, and the Hum brought back into the Self. The divine flow is Om Ah Hum. The divine flow is Om So Hum. The divine flow is 108. As one is God, one is the Om. And 8 is the earth, this physicality. And the 0 is this empty space that we created. We've cleared out our sense of self for the union of God and our creative powers, this physicality. 108. As they are all in our heart center, as we brought our lotus of awareness into our Pratyahara, as we're simply dwelling, unaware of this pyramid of the self. We are in the lotus, Atura, Arasana Ekurataha. As we intentionally chant, beginning with Aum, our primordial sound, stretched into its 3 sound components. Ah for the heart, Ooh for the root, and for the bliss, the savoring, the embodiment of the 8. And then chanting Om Ahum, which is the divine flow, which is our true self, which is 108 times. Simply 108 reinforcements of our true self as we dwell in our lotus of awareness. And then conclude transitioning with Aum. A breath in for Aum. And a breath in to chant. Om Aum. Om Aum. Om Aum. Om Aum. Om Takarasa Atakarahane Rutu Atakarashanahe Saha Rutu Uta Hatiariaranahe Arokahana Kashahe Tiaranahe Urutu Hua Karatahana Asahaya Haturu Uta Arkashanahe Haturu Uta Hatiataha Kurutuhunaha Kasahagata Rahati Urutu Uta Atakaratahaneda Harutu Uta Ashahanahe Urutana Ita Atakarashahesa Uturu Uta Hatakaratahasa Anaha Uturu Ura Harakahaya Anaha
Om.
A breath in for Aum. When you are ready, let us spend more time as our inner being, as our true self, dwelling in our lotus of awareness as we are this Ishvara Pranidhana. And as we sit in our lotus, we're reminded of the chants of who we are. Om Ahum, Om So Hum. We are the one, we are the zero, we are the eight. We simply are. Since we are already everything, there is nothing to know. There is nothing to see. Let's just sit as ourself, allowing the self to be. when you are ready, let us thank ourselves for spending more time as our true self. As we continue to chant, transitioning with I Ching, which is simply Ing stretched into its 3 sound components. Ah for the heart, E for the crown, and Ing for resonation and realization of Ishvara, Nyarashana Ukuriyoto, our true self. Aim is simply inviting the 1 into the 0, and Om is simply inviting the 8 into the 0. They're all the same thing. It's all us. And then chanting So Hung 36 times, reinforcing that we are the 1, that we are the 0, we are the 8, we are the Om, we are the Yang, we are Ish, Va, and Ra. "36 times. Reinforcing our true self 36 times with So Hung. And then concluding with I Ching. Breath in for I Ching. I
So Hung.
So Hung.
So Hung. So Hung. So Hung. So Hung. So Hung. So Hung. So Hung. So Hung. So Hung. So Hung. So Hung. So Hung. So Hung. So Hung. So Hung. So Hung. So Hung. So Hung. So Hung. So Hung. So Hung. So Hung. So Hung. So Hung. So Hung. Soham. 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 Soham.
Breath in for Aying. Aying. When you are ready, slowly bring awareness back to the here and now. Maybe invite in some gentle movements. Niatar arkanahe so utor arnahera. And when you are ready, niarasa anokor hutarata. Open your eyes and welcome in the new now. Hututu urahana aiki tiaratata. Congratulations, my friends. We have completed day number 109 Atakarwaso Huturu of being, this blissful existence, illuminating and nurturing grace, iskuna hataryarata, as our true self. Ukachata ataryata anaukutartita. I encourage you to journal. It's all about you. You're not journaling for me. You're journaling to you. That maybe you'll capture something that will be relevant to you either today or at some time in the future. You miss 100% of the shots you don't take. That's the great one. Uturu uta artakaranahesa akatita. So I thank you, my friends, for sharing in my highest bliss. And I thank you for being easy on me with my mistakes. Maybe I'm now motivated to find an easy transition through those implementation details of my recording software. So shine on from your inner being, with your inner being, as your inner being. Maybe we only say it as your true self from now on, because we've done our 108 steps. And make it a great day, because why would you leave it up to anyone else? Isohututa Haryatahana Isha Akahata.